Okay, this is video 3.12, the second part of 3.1, and we are going to be talking about two other ways of calculating central tendency, and that is talking about median and mode. Okay, so this will cover in your workbook from pages 115 up to page 121. Okay, and median and mode, very simple concepts to understand and to work with, so we'll keep it short and simple. Okay, so the first one we'll talk about is mode. And all mode is a set of numbers in the number that are in the list that occurs the most often. Okay, so it's the number that occurs the most often in a set of numbers. So if we had a whole bunch of numbers, let's just write down 10 random numbers. Let's write 3, 7, 14, 16, 3 again, 18, 25, 3 again, 63, and 12. So we've got some random numbers here, and we look at them. 3, 7, 14, 16, 3, 18, 25, 3, 63, and 12. All the mode is the number that occurs the most often. So you would look at this list of numbers right here, and you would find that each number pretty much appears one time except for the number 3, and it appears once, twice, 3 times the most often. So in this group of numbers, the mode is 3 because it appears the most often. Now there are some rules when you're finding the mode of a group of data that you have to follow. So if you have a group of numbers that appear the same number of times, then there's no mode, okay, because they all appear the same. There's one mode if one number occurs more than each of the others, as in this example here. 3 is the mode because it occurs the most times. And there can be a number of modes if you have 2 or more numbers that occur the same number of times. And that is the greatest number of times an entry occurs in the data set. So supposing we were to continue with this data set right here, and let's say we were to have the number 12 again, and then the number 12 one more time. We would see that the number 12 appears once, twice, 3 times. So in this case, your mode would be 3 and 12 because they appear each 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So you can have multiple modes if in your group of data you have 2 or more numbers that appear the same number of times. Okay? Very simple concept to understand mode. Okay, so this takes us to the third way we can measure central tendency, and that is what we call the median. Now, as the word suggests, median, if you were to think of it in terms of where you know the word median from in real life, the median is the middle of the road. If you're driving a vehicle, the median is the middle part of the road, usually concrete or can have trees in it. Okay, it divides the left one side of traffic from the other side. Well, here it pretty much means the same thing. Median just means the middle. So when we're talking about a set of data, let's just write down a list of random numbers. Let's just write down 14, 32, 64, 8, 12, 33, 14, 19, 29, and 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's just write down one more. Let's just say we've got 41. Okay, so we've got a random set of numbers in any kind of order here. All right, so if you were given a set of data points like this and you were asked to calculate the mean, the median, and the mode, okay, we know how we would calculate the mean. All right, the mean is just the average, so we would add all of these up together on a calculator and divide by the total, and the total would be 11, so we would get a mean. The mode is just the data point that occurs the most amount of times. So do we have any number in here that is repeated more times than the other? And we've got 14, 32, 64, 8, 12, 13, 14. Looks like 14 is repeated twice. So our mode would be 14. But then we have to talk about the median, which is the middle. Well, before we can calculate the median, we have to put these numbers in ascending order from smallest to largest. Okay? Because the mean is just the middle of the middle number, or the middle value of the data from smallest to largest. So we would have to put them in order. We could do a stem and a leaf plot if we had a lot of numbers, okay, like you learned in the last video, or we can just visually look at this and we can put them in ascending order from smallest to largest. So it looks like my number is my lowest number is 8, and then it goes to 12, and then we've got 14 twice. We have to put 14 down 2 times. And after 14, it looks like it's 19. And sometimes what you want to do is you want to cross these out so you don't get confused and repeat them. So 19, and then it looks like we've got 29, and then we have 32, and then 33, and then 37, and then it looks like 41, and the last number is 64. So we have organized these numbers, the set of data, from smallest to largest, and the mean is just the middle. So I count them up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I look at the middle point. All right. And if I got 11, having an odd number makes it easy, because I would choose a number that has 5 numbers to its left and 5 numbers to its right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Underline that. So 5 numbers here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, the median, or the middle number, is 29. So my median in this set of data points is the number 29. Now, supposing I didn't have an odd number of data inputs, supposing I had an even number. So let's say that we had the same group of numbers, and we were to take off one set of data points right here. Okay, so I had 10. So I'll just erase this circle right here. Okay. And I'll put in my number. Looks like I had 14, 14, then I had 19, then I had 29, and then 32. Okay, so if we didn't have 64 on the end and we had 10 here, well, I have to find the middle of this number here, and the middle is halfway between 19 and 29. Okay, so in this case, my median is the halfway point between 19 and 29. Well, to find the halfway point between 19 and 29, because the number rests in between there, because it is an even number of sets of data, I just take 19 plus 29, and I find the average. Just divide that by 2, which is equal to 48 divided by 2, which is equal to 24. So in this case, if I had this set of data here where the mean falls between two numbers because it's an even set, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other, my mean now, my median becomes the number 24. Okay, so very simple concept to understand again: mean, median, and mode. So if you're given a set of data points like this, data inputs, you would first want to put them in ascending order from smallest to largest. To calculate the average, or the mean, you just add them all up and divide by the total. To calculate the mode, it's just the number which appears the most often. Okay, and if you're calculating the median, it's just the middle number in the ascending order of data. Very, very simple concepts to understand. Measures of central tendency.